Good morning, Greg here, burning both ends. I'm burning on the front on a Friday. It is 6:40 a.m. Pacific, June 29th, 2018. Another powerful week, so we're wrapping up week 4 for iCore. And so just to remind you all, iCore is this entrepreneurial technology transfer training that I'm involved in. It's an 8-week program. It's sponsored by DOE. And it's all about teaching us the lean startup methodology and specifically focusing on, close my drawer there, my keyboard drawer, focusing on the pretty much customer discovery, the business model canvas, and establishing the ecosystem or creating the ecosystem, and pivoting and just doing all the analysis around developing. I'd say the real products are, the stack of interviews, but really the business model canvas and the ecosystem. And so this is what this iCore program is about. It's really intense. It's really like being in a startup. I find that there's infinite work to do, and it's really testing me on how I prioritize. Right, that's the key thing. That this is my big thing. Right, it's with organization comes clarity. With clarity comes the ability to sequence. With the ability to sequence, now I can prioritize, and then I can execute and I can get into work. So. And that's what I think a lot of this is around. That it's around organizing. We find that I'm on a team, and so there are 3 of us. There's a principal investigator, I'm the entrepreneurial lead, and then we have an industry mentor. And I find that really lately we've had a lot of really awesome interviews, and we need to have these like state of the union conversations where we really determine, okay, where are we heading now? What's around the next corner? And so we've really been able to, with these interviews, so we're at about 40 right now. We're just, I think with today, excuse me, I think we're going to be just in the low 40s, like 41, 42. And we're really starting to hone in on almost exactly where we think our technology can fit as far as with specific customers and in a specific machine. So we do have hardware. This is not a software technology. And this is really kind of cool, so now we have, and this is like my big work for today. It's been my big work for the last couple days, is filling the pipeline with these new folks to interview that will help us really understand where we fit in the product. And it was great because we started out with, one sector of manufacturing, and then now we've shrunk down to like one slice of that sector. And now we're hitting that slice, and so it's pipeline. That's what I wrote down for my notes for this talk. It's all about the pipeline, filling the pipeline. And then I think I know next Tuesday I'm going to get in the car and drive down and knock on a few front doors of some of these companies and just see if I can literally go through the front door and find someone to talk to. So that's pretty cool. But using LinkedIn, using all my contacts at my company. Really trying to get in however I can. Let's see how that works. I mean, sometimes with LinkedIn it takes a while. Like for example, I just got a connection from someone that I tried to connect with maybe about a week and a half ago. So it just came in last night. So I'm curious if she will follow up and schedule some time to talk to us. I think that usually if they accept the connection, right? Because in the connection note I put, hey, I'm with so-and-so, we have this. We'd like 15 minutes of your time to chat. So assuming that if they accept the connection, they are accepting to talk to us, but we'll see. I didn't see a direct message from her, so I will follow up today. But anyways, that's just part of the patience game, part of this pipeline. Fill the pipeline. Don't know when folks are going to respond, when they're going to come through the pipeline, when they're going to be turned into interviews. And then with the interviews, don't really know if they're going to be really informative interviews. So this is all part of the game. This is, a lot like sales, right? You just fill the pipeline, bring them through the process, and people will come out on the other end buying stuff. And so for us, it's filling the pipeline, and now we're getting interviews. And so that's my big work today. I want to have a good push today on Friday because, Friday people let their guard down. They're already thinking about the weekend. So it's a great time to, get ahead of the competition. It's a great time to find people, as far as connect with people, right? People are typically looking for something to do. Friday afternoons, right? It's people are tired. They don't want to, do the heavy lifting, so they want to do what's easy. And sometimes, they just want to connect with other people, and it makes them feel good. So we'll see. We'll see how Friday goes. going into the office today, so I'm not working from home. Gonna have a bike ride, first bike ride of the week. Haven't been riding the bike much because I've been working from home so much, and yesterday I had to drive to work. And a huge shout out, by the way, to Brandon. Had dinner last night with Brandon, so he's one of my new connections, really connecting with him. And what's really awesome about that friendship, so he works for a different company, but we're connecting because we have like a similar mindset, a similar work ethic, similar, and that's where the relationship is coming. And I really enjoy relationships like that because it's founded in something really juicy and something really solid. I find sometimes in our modern culture that we're just overly nice to people on the front end, especially at work, and it kind of creates a false relationship that really isn't based in anything. It's just based in, I don't want to say anything potentially mean, right? I think that we're oversensitive in our modern society with offending people. The way I see it is, you can say what you want. It's my decision whether or not I'm offended by it. I mean, so, it's completely, it's not you said something and now, that's your fault. It's my fault if I'm offended by it. And so, anyway, so I find that relationship built because, we work together and we produce a great product and we work hard. I find relationships produced there, in the professional side of things, are just a lot stronger and a lot more fun. And so Brandon and I are really connecting, and we had dinner last night. We're helping each other in our professional lives, and so we're going to be doing this about once a month, just to get together, just to talk about this stuff. And one of the really cool things is that we both are huge fans of Gary Vee, so that was really cool. We connected on that, so that was awesome. So huge shout out to Brandon. Thanks for dinner last night, and I'm really enjoying our monthly get together. So let's keep that going. As far as today goes, so we're going to have a good weekend. I think we're going on a little road trip this weekend with the family. What else is going on? I think that's about it. I mean, it's really, today it's all pipeline. We have one interview today. I have my success journal. We're having a meeting about one of my projects at work today. It's kind of like I don't say a big meeting, but like the beginning of a bi-weekly meeting where we're getting ready to do a major integration operation in the middle of August. So we're kind of prepping right now. Made a lot of progress on that project this week. And this is the project that I asked for help on. Asked for help. And so that help is coming through. Actually, the other gentleman's name is Greg as well. So it's two Gregs. And he's doing a great job getting some drawings out. So we're going to release those today, hopefully. Get him in the shop. Want to start cutting some metal there. And then there are a couple extra drawings that he's working on. But it's really helping me out big time because I'm able to really focus on iCore. And then kind of focus on being a good leader for him. Make sure he's got what he needs. Being of service, trying to set things up to show him like how I do business and to show him some of the tools I use, and then kind of see if, because I think some of these tools are effective and efficient, to see if he thinks so as well. I mean, sometimes, I can not fool myself, but just I think it is, and then I realize I try to work it with someone else and it's like, oh wow, that's really clumsy. So really liking this Smartsheet platform, so we're using that just to track our drawing list. And because what's nice about Smartsheet is we can put PDFs of the drawings, right? Each drawing has its own row, so you put a PDF of the drawing there, and when it's ready for review, I put my comments in the comments section. That was me typing, by the way, that little tippity tap. And then he can just upload a new version of the drawing. Very simple. And I find it to be very simple and effective because that's one of the problems is that, what's funny about CAD packages and drawings and things is that the end result is typically a PDF, something that is kind of CAD agnostic. And that's the currency, right? It's this PDF. We're not at a spot yet where we're working with 3D files, like native 3D files, and that has all the information, even though that is a direction that we should move in, and I think the CAD world is moving in that direction. Just having a 3D file and kind of getting away from paper drawings, but paper drawings are still here. They're still expensive. They're still important. People like seeing them. And so the question is, how does one throw these PDFs around and review these drawings in a sane manner when you got several of them to do, and it needs to pass through several hands? And so I really like Smartsheet being a cloud-based platform. Everyone can see it. If anyone wants to look at a drawing or review a drawing, it's easy to point them to it. I find that the platform though is a little bit clumsy in the sense that, I have a master smart sheet, but then I have a report that just has this Greg's specific drawings on it. So I just search the report for his name and those drawings, show up. And I have to share the master sheet with him and then the report. And it's just, I have to find that, I have to explain that quite a bit. And then it's not clear in the platform when other people get notifications about things. And so, these are high level first world problems I'm talking about here. Smartsheet is a phenomenal platform. I really love it. This is that 2 or 3% critique of how I wish it could work better, but it works phenomenally well. So, so that's the post for today. So this is all about my journey, all about things I'm doing. I'm on my way. I'm an aspiring entrepreneur. I'm putting these systems in place to help me, like the Success Journal. I'm using platforms like Smartsheet, Google Sites. I'm all in on the Google Suite. So these are just, this channel is all about me and the things I'm doing in life on this journey. And I also want it to be all about you as well. So please subscribe, comment down below, ask questions. I'd love to be of service. That's a big piece of this channel. So please let me help you. Have me solve problems. What are you going through? How can I help? I'd love to do that kind of thing. And let's see what else. In the description, I have some motivational videos. I'm really big on this ENS platform of voice-based social media, so check that out. And then got some great music linked down there from SoundCloud. Huge fan of SoundCloud. And then the beat in the background is an Afro beat inspired by Fela Kuti. G Money is my alter ego. I've been drumming for a few decades, so I write these beats. Check them out on SoundCloud if you like them. And that's about it. So Friday, huge. Let's finish up strong. Finish up the week strong. Really crushed it today. Put in that extra effort, especially Friday afternoon. Put that, go the extra mile. Do that extra. Make a few extra phone calls or whatever it is you do. And then have a great weekend. Inspire folks, do great things, crush it, and I will see you tonight.